This is going to be a blues scale lesson. I've done major and minor pentatonic scale lessons in the past, but we haven't actually done a proper blues scale lesson. What we're going to do is we're going to start off with the home position. And the first thing we want to talk about is the fact that a minor pentatonic scale isn't a blues scale. It's a minor pentatonic scale. A lot of times I'll get new students and they'll say, well, I know a blues scale, and then they'll play a minor pentatonic scale. They're very similar scales. There's only one note added to the blues scale that makes it different than the minor pentatonic. We're going to, first off, just play through this minor pentatonic just for review. The home position one, we're starting with the A on the 6th string, 5th fret. And we're going to go 5th fret, 8th fret, and then on the 5th string, 5th fret, 7th fret, on the 4th string, 5th fret, 7th fret, on the 3rd string, 5th fret, 7th fret. When we get to the 2nd string, 5th fret, 8th fret, and then the 1st string, 5th fret, 8th fret. Alright, so just the standard blues box, people will call it. I have the video lesson on it where I call it the home position scale. It's just kind of the first scale a lot of people learn. Now, if we go up the scale, we've got root. This is the minor 3rd, perfect 4th, perfect 5th, the minor 7th. If you don't know what I'm talking about when I say that, you definitely want to go back and do the minor pentatonic scale lesson. But each of these notes has a name that references its distance from the root. The one note that we're going to add to all this to make it a blues scale is we're going to add the flat 5. Right? If we go up the scale, root, minor 3rd, perfect 4th, perfect 5th. This note right here is the flat 5. We've taken the 5 and we've gone down a fret. Alright, so the scale just in the first octave is going to be 5th fret, 8th fret on the 6th string, and then 5th, 6th, 7th frets on the 5th string, and then 5th and 7th. So the only difference is that note right there, the 6th fret on the 5th string. If I was to continue up the scale doing this, starting here on the next octave, or the next root, you've got the root, minor 3rd, perfect 4th. This note right here is the flat 5, and then that's the 5 right there. This note and this note are the same note. Alright, then we got your minor 7th, your root again, and then your minor 3rd. So if I just go straight up the scale, 1, minor 3rd, 4th, flat 5, 5, minor 7th, root, minor 3rd, 4th, flat 5, 5, minor 7th, root, minor 3rd. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up the scale, get our metronome set to 60, and we are going to do 8th notes, and then triplets, and then 16th notes. Right, just to practice this. 2, 3, 4, and... Those are 8th notes, then triplets. 1 triplet, 2 triplet. And then 16th notes, 3E and 4E and Alright, so that's just the home position blues scale. Now, one thing I want to do is just give you a couple simple examples of how you can use this to sound different. The minor pentatonic scale is something that if you can use it and sound not bluesy. There's a million applications for a pentatonic scale, but if we add this one note, suddenly we get a whole new flavor. Alright, what I'm doing is I don't really want to sit on that flat 5 very much. It's not a note that just really sounds all that great. It's a very tense note, but it's a nice way to get from one place to another. And it gives us kind of a smoother line, or a little bit more flavor, a little bit more of what you would almost consider a bluesy sound Even though playing this scale in and of itself does not mean you're playing the blues. There's a whole bunch of other information there that we're gonna have to get into. But it's kind of a neat sound, especially over minor chords. That first lick, I'm starting on the root, and I'm just going up the scale. Alright, so I've basically just gone up the scale up to the fifth, and then back down to the root. You could also do something like that, where I'm going up the scale, root 3, 4, flat 5, 5, back down flat 5, 4, minor third, root, minor third, and then back to the root. All right. Another one, something I kind of like, which is kind of a fake, I guess an organ player kind of deal, is where you play the root right here at the same time you're playing the fourth. And what I did right there is I'm actually using my pick and then my ring finger here on the first string, and the ring finger is hitting the root on the first string at the same time I'm playing the other notes. Yeah, I won't really play the idea all the way through, but alright, so all I'm doing is I'm taking the notes in that same octave we were just playing, root, third, fourth, flat, 5, and as I'm playing the line, when we do that, I'm also playing the first string, and I'm barring my first finger on the 5th fret to get both these to work. So I'm playing the root, and then the minor third, 4th, flat 5, and then going back down. And right there, just to make it a little bit different, because that note gets a little annoying after a while if you just keep it ringing there. What I do is I took my first finger on the 2nd and 3rd strings and gave them kind of a little tweak down, and then ended up on the root. All right, you can do a lot of things with this. What I'm trying to do is just give you a few different ways to play through this note to give you an actual blues scale sound as opposed to a minor pentatonic sound. One more idea in the lower octave. I'll use the slide. Alright, what I did was I started on the flat 5, slid up to the perfect 5, played the minor 7, went back down 5, flat 5, 4, minor third, root. Yeah, you can also, where you're on the 4th, hammer and pull on the flat 5, play the minor third, and then the root. There, I just took that phrase and I ended it on the root.